Hi, this is Jay with eXp Realty, and I always get asked a lot of questions about real estate, and I'm always happy to help. And that's why I made this video. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you need any help buying your next house, please give me a call.
The military often requires flexibility when it comes to where you and your family will live and for how long. As a military member, you know relocations can happen suddenly and unexpectedly. That's why this option is so appealing for military members just moving into San Antonio. Now you have the flexibility to be in a home long-term without being stuck trying to sell it if you have to move suddenly, and it gives you the ability to buy if things look promising for the long term. Plus, you are also providing stability for your family, especially the young ones as they enter school, and you get to bring along family pets without a big hassle from landlords, and you also get a lot more choices in houses you can buy versus houses you can rent. Introducing the Military Flex Plan, a housing program designed specifically for military members with maximum flexibility of the member in mind. How does the Military Flex Plan work? I'm sure you've all heard of rent-to-own, right? Well, the Military Flex Plan is similar. Technically, it is a lease option. The way it basically works is the seller agrees to let the buyer rent the house for up to 3 years, and during that time the buyer gets the option to purchase the house when and if they are ready. And remember, as the buyer, you have the option to purchase, but you don't have to purchase if you don't want to. This also gives the buyer time to get their bank loan lined up and improve their credit scores so they don't have to try to do these things in a short window of time right before they move here. And to keep it simple, you have the lease with the option to buy, and the seller has to give you the first chance to buy, meaning that they can't offer it to any other buyer until they have asked you first. The major hurdles to a typical lease option. I know this sounds all well and good, but you're probably asking yourself, how can I find a seller who is willing to do this for me, and how is this different than any other lease option? Number one, finding a seller who is willing and able to do it. You have to have a seller that is willing and able to offer a lease option. That means they have to be willing to let you rent it out for a while instead of cashing out now and selling it to a buyer that is ready to go. Also, the majority of sellers need the money from the sale of their home so they can have the down payment required for them to buy their new home. Because of this, financially, they just aren't in a position to offer a lease option. Number two, the buyer has to have sizable cash on hand to do it. The trade-off that most sellers make is that if they're willing to hold the property and rent it out to you versus cash out now to another buyer, then they're going to want to get something in return for that. Typically, that is cash up front to the tune of about a 10% down payment. For example, on a $200,000 house, that is a $20,000 down payment, and if you don't end up buying the house, then they keep your down payment as the cost for them not selling. And this defeats the purpose of your VA loan benefit, which lets you purchase a home with zero down payment. Number three, it is really difficult to find a good match. Overall, we are talking needle in a haystack to locate a seller that is willing and able to do it, and that has a house that you really like. Plus, it also has to be located in a neighborhood that you really like too. Most sellers still have a mortgage on their house, and the bank will expect the seller to pay off that mortgage in full before they can offer you a lease option. Again, most sellers aren't in a financial position to completely pay off their mortgage just so they can offer you seller financing.
I hope this was helpful, and if you liked the video, please forward and share it with anybody that you think might be buying a house this year. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call, email, or text me.